I wanted to show you how to shoot exceptional photos, but rather than showing you how to do all those things, I'll show you my process and you might decide if it's fit for you or not. I've been setting this up. I can read my notes. Microphone is picking me, I hope. Might be good. Hi, this is Matthew and welcome to another episode of Teach Tuesday. It's time to learn how to take the great photos. It's that inspiration we're looking for and that's what you are here for today. Now we are going to learn how to see differently and the pictures, they will look stunning, but you have to be cautious. You will learn how to understand the shape of light. So we are climbing onto the Hütte. We are going up, we are rushing because there is a very steep incline. We have been walking for 1 hour. We are really exhausted. And what we can do now, I'm tired. I want to take some good photos because why not? I'm the perfectionist. I need to have everything perfect. So we are brewing up coffee. Dottie brought up the mocha pot, started grinding coffee, and I wanted to take some shots, right? I'm recording him, taking shots, taking pictures, checking them. Not really impressed. Something is happening, I don't know what it is. And I'm starting to think that I'm losing my touch for photos and I don't know how to take them the way I used to. Nothing in the camera looks good. The coffee is brewing in the mocha pot, took the coffee and went on. When I was starting out, I was using this color picture style in the Canon ADD that's supposed to mimic logarithmic profile. It's supposed to retain more of the data in your footage for the sake of making the file larger. Now, we are also going to play with a picture style called monochromatic. On the Sony cameras and on the Canon cameras, it's a bit of a same game. I just took the pre-built monochromatic style, which changes the color spectrum into just black and white. And you have the entire range of grays in between. Depending on your settings, there's more shades of gray or less. As we are reaching our next stop on our journey, I'm taking more shots. Everything looks dull. Sun is high. It's not really good time to be taking shots, but my brain tells me, take a good shots, you have to. I'm losing my inspiration. I'm losing my drive. Dial into the settings. And I found this profile settings called monochromatic. Turn it on, went to the settings, bump up the contrast to the maximum, blacks minimum, like really contrast the image. I realized that I needed to take a break, but most importantly, we need to have a Spezi and discover what have I done with the camera, because these shots are much better, but in a different way. The entire perspective of your head and your eye changes because you suddenly see differently. So to start off, this setting might work even if you have a DSLR camera, but if you have a mirrorless camera, this will work. In a mirrorless camera, you are watching through the sensor called mirrorless. You don't have that mirror. DSLR, or digital single lens reflex, watching alongside the sensor, and if you are taking pictures, mirror just goes up, takes the picture and come back down. If you change your picture style into monochromatic, you won't see colors, you will only see black and white if you're watching through the sensor of your camera. The addition to this, if you will change correctly the settings, bump up the contrast, take down the shadows, you will suddenly lose all those shades of gray. You will see the most intense light and everything else will be faded away, kind of in the shadows. And this is where we are learning how to work correctly with the light, because try changing it back to standard. You will see the difference because suddenly you have all the colors and you might think this is a good picture. Changing into that monochromatic and you might find out that you have incorrectly lit the space or maybe light is coming from a completely different spot. And if you will take that picture, switch on the colors, might look dull on the color side, but in the black and white, it will look good. That means you are correctly understanding incoming light and you are shaping the light to your liking. Well, that's a tongue twister. And then we can move on, because to shape the light, and as I've been discussing in previous Teach Tuesdays, there is a shadow in the sky or there is an overcast. That means maybe the light is everywhere. Everything looks dull, even in this monochromatic. That might mean put down the camera, have a coffee, wait for the light to create any directional light, or go inside and play around with the artificial lights. But if the light is kind of everywhere, nothing is interesting. Most of the time when I'm out and I'm taking photos, I'm using this monochromatic style because it makes you stop and say, okay, this photo I'm not taking, this is bad. Or maybe this is the very good photo, I'm going for this. And you will quickly decide what's good and what's bad, because you will see that in the monochromatic profile. I cannot help myself. That black and white profile is so good. When I discovered that we were on the trip, I took some photos of Dodi and they were amazing. I turned on the colors and they were a bit better, but they were great in the first place because of that black and white profile that made me see those details that I wanted to capture. So it's really something that will take you to a different movie in your own head if you have a good idea, and you will suddenly see that through your camera. You will take the picture, really amazed what pictures you can create suddenly with just that little tweak, how to see in black and white. And that's the entire purpose of this picture setting, to learn and therefore shoot better photos, because you will understand where the light is coming from. Okay, so that's all the time I have for you. Relax, enjoy, and have that time come to you. Less photos and better ones than more and boring. Till next Teach Tuesday, stay creative. Bye-bye. You know, overthinking is really killing me, and this profile helped me relax because I can finally see photos before I take them, and I like them even more because I have that JPEG. That JPEG suddenly has a purpose, because I have been taking photos and I take JPEG and RAW at the same time, make reviews on the JPEGs, and then I can take my time and edit the RAW files. But those JPEGs are just trash. After I'm done shooting and we agreed on the best pictures, I just take the entire bunch of JPEGs and they are thrown out in the trash. And now they suddenly have a purpose, because I'm taking those JPEGs, and most of the time I now find myself that I have a JPEG and I have a RAW file, and I want to make that RAW look like the JPEG because the RAW is bigger, and suddenly I think it has more resolution and everything. But I'm trying to make that RAW look like the JPEG because the JPEG looks better and the RAW is dull and colorful, and I'm immediately turning on black and white onto that RAW file and boosting all those contrast and taking down shadows and trying to make it look like the JPEG when I actually have the JPEG. I need to clear this thing in my head that the JPEG is fine. Don't do it to the RAW file because that has color, but I like the JPEG. I try to edit the RAW into the liking of the JPEG. It completely messes me up. And suddenly those JPEGs have meaning. I like the JPEGs more than my RAW files nowadays.